Alrighty, so we are back. We're starting this channel back up. So if you're an old comer who's seen this pop up in your feed, it's not an old episode. This is a new one. So we are back making this stuff again.
We've been gone for 4 years, and I didn't
It
realize it was
does.
been that long.
Does not feel like 4 years
Not at
at
all.
all. And it's funny because like we've been creating stuff, and maybe you've seen me and James over on the Absorb Productions channel. We've been making stuff, and we had this weird phase where we were trying to figure out where this channel is and time commitments, and then we thought we'll combine this over this podcast as a podcast on productions, which we did that for a minute, and it makes more sense now to bring it back to its own thing. So here
Absolutely,
we are. Yeah. So we have a few things to talk about. There's a lot. There's
Yeah.
so much to talk about in the camera world. So we're going to start
Yeah.
back and catch up from 4 years ago. Just kidding. No.
Yeah. This is gonna be a really long episode, so I hope you have a long car ride.
We're gonna go over 4 years of camera stuff. But no. You want to start off with what we're going to talk about first? We got a couple topics here.
Yeah. So we're gonna start off with the Sony FX3 versus the FX5, which I feel like there's not like a huge difference. I feel like, I mean,
There's one huge difference I know of
between
right away,
which one's that?
which is going to be the RAW, the Sony RAW,
Right.
and the FX5. I'm trying to think if I don't own an FX3, but if there was something in the camera I want to upgrade to.
Yeah, because this one, because it shoots open gate, right, too? If I remember correctly.
Does it?
Or maybe
I don't
it
know.
does not. Maybe I'm completely
I'm not sure if it does.
saying
I
something.
know the FX3 does not.
The FX5 does. It introduces open gate recording. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so like
Yeah.
that's
So maybe
a big deal for
that's
some.
that's huge. Yeah.
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 I've been back and forth on that open gate thing. I know there's for some reason it's like
Yeah.
somewhat controversial on cameras should have it or if they shouldn't have it. I don't know. How do you feel about it?
Honestly, I don't feel one way or the other, just because of like, especially like the work that I do for GCU. I feel like it doesn't really. I mean, there's been whispers like, oh, maybe we will like trade out the FX3s for the FX5s, and I'm like, it doesn't really make sense for us, to be honest. So it's like, I'm not,
Yeah.
So
To be honest, it probably doesn't make a lot of sense for a lot of people who like to
I
choose
think
the
you're
FX3.
right.
I think if you probably get a good deal on the FX3 used right now. It's gone
Mm-hmm.
up
Yeah.
in price. A lot of these Sony cameras have gone up
Yeah,
in
I remember
price.
the FX6 did too. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's I think it's $7,000 now. I think it's
And
almost a 6-year-old camera, I believe, at
I
this
was gonna
point.
say, because that was a journey for you to get that.
I pre-ordered it. I remember right, and pre-ordered it, and it was like back ordered forever, and I wait on it. But yeah, I think I paid $6,000 for that when it came out. So
Okay.
it's stupid. It's just like I said, it's like a
Yeah,
6-year-old camera that's gone up $1,000.
that's crazy.
But the FX3, I don't know what that costs right now.
I don't either. Yeah, I'm not too sure. I don't know if that went. Did you say that did go up in price?
I did. I just don't know what
Okay.
it costs
Didn't know
now.
if it was.
I'm gonna look
Okay,
up what that is.
gotcha. Yeah.
FX3, like it's like the FX3 new right now. Let's check her out.
Yeah, I feel like which I was seeing reviews on it on the FX3 and FX5 where they were talking about how like, oh, the FX5 is like for more like cinema. And I'm like, but you could say the same thing for FX3s, I feel like. I mean, there's not
Yeah, I
you're
think with
probably
it,
rigging it out either way. Like,
yeah, the FX3 is well, yeah, the FX3A. Remember they did that whole
oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I
negative
did forget
screen
about
one.
that.
$4,300, and I don't think it came out at the price. I want to say it came out at like 35 or 3,800.
Yeah,
I
I
want to say
think
it
it
was
was
around there.
around that. Yeah, between those two. So it did go up a little bit.
4,200 USD currently right now. But yeah, the FX5 it's not an alpha camera. So
Right. Yeah.
it's in line with the Venice and the Murano, which is interesting. So it is more their pro world, and I think that's really just the codec options. Now you have matching raw
Right.
codec to go next to the Murano, which is insane. And I'm a huge fan of raw. Like raw is big for
Yeah.
me. That's why I love red, and it's why I lean toward red. Is just I love the red raw codec. Now, do I always need raw all the time? Probably not. Most people probably don't. And that's the argument
Right.
here.
Yeah.
Is like, do you need raw? Probably not. No, I don't think. I don't think
Mhm.
you need raw. But the question is, do I want raw? Yes, I want
Yeah.
raw. And
Yeah.
the the Sony RAW I've never messed with, and I've always been interested in working with that.
Oh, you
It's
never
what's it
have?
called? No, I've never worked with Sony's RAW because I think the only thing that really shoots in is the Venice and the Burano. Which what is
Mm,
it? It's the I can't believe I
okay.
don't remember what it's called. It's the O. Do you remember what it's called? The codec?
I don't. I don't think I have it up here. Yeah, that's interesting. Well, out out at corporate, the home base where for my job, they have a Sony Venice too, so they're probably always using it.
Yeah. The XOCN. So it's 16-bit XOCN. That's what it is.
Okay.
Which I've heard is awesome to work with OCN, and I would love to know how it is to have because I
Mhm.
come from a Sony background. I shoot on Sony all the time. I'm on a Sony camera right now. I'm on the FX6, and
Mhm.
I I love Sony. I have no problem with them, even though I prefer my reds. I prefer the red image.
Sure.
The Sonys just have a lot going for it, but to be able to get raw in my Sony is pretty cool.
Mhm.
And speaking of, I forgot the FX6. I don't know if you heard this that the FX6 updated where you can use the Blackmagic Video
I
Assist
did see that.
to
Yeah.
get Blackmagic Raw. And so I would love it. I don't own a Blackmagic Assist, but it'd be cool to get that on the FX6. I'd love to try it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that I think is huge. I mean, the color science itself has changed. Open Gate might be a, it's that's one of those things for me personally. If do I need it? No, but
Mhm.
if I can have it, sure, I'd rather have it than
Sure.
not
Yeah,
if
yeah,
it's a
definitely.
feature. But yeah, I'm trying to look at what other features in that.
It's interesting that I feel like Sony's the only one, like the only camera company that they've raised their prices in their cameras. I don't think Canon's done it, or
Have they not?
well, I don't
I don't know.
think so.
I'm
Or at
not
least I haven't
followed that
seen.
closely.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, I don't think the new R5s have went up in price, or the like the C50 or anything like that. I think that's all stayed
Interesting.
the
I guess I
same.
never thought of that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm not sure why
Hmm.
why
I
Sony's
don't know.
doing that. It's interesting.
I wonder if it's just where they're made, or I don't know, or because they can, or they need to.
Hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. I've been
Yeah,
like
it's
not follow. It's This is the first year, and I remember telling you this, and I'm not doing a good job at this. Where I was trying not to buy anything. So I was like,
yeah.
I'm fine. I don't need a new camera when the FX5 was announced, and then it was seriously when I seen the codec, the the Sony's raw. I was like, oh gosh, maybe I'm gonna buy this camera. But I looked at it and I looked at the price and I thought I own two FX6s, so I thought maybe I sell
Mhm.
one FX6. But there is such a benefit and a pro to having two matching exact
Ye
identical cameras where it just puts me in a really weird spot with that. But
mhm.
I did consider buying it. I am not though. I am not going to.
Yeah.
I say that now, but I am not going to buy this
'Cause
camera.
they're at like what, 5? Is it $5,000 price tag?
It's 5,000. I don't remember what it was. Yeah, it's
Okay.
over five.
Is it?
Um, yeah, but that's tough right now for like,
Yeah.
especially when like is my clients can notice raw if that's what I'm
Yep,
buying.
right, exactly. Yeah.
I don't know, but the image and the color's nice. But I mean, nothing's wrong with the FX6s.
Yeah,
And
no, I mean, we have
ever since I bought a Komodo, ever since I owned the Komodo X, I just image quality is not an excuse for me. You
yeah,
know, like it's
absolutely.
such a great image. It becomes other things like features where it's like I need it for me to choose something over the red. It's autofocus, maybe a different type of ergonomics, internal
Mhm.
NDs, or some kind of internal audio system, and all that's the FX6.
Yeah, right, where you don't
So
have to really rig out the FX6 that much, where as opposed to literally any of the other ones you'd have to.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So I don't know. I'm trying. I'm really trying to find another camera. I did buy. I know it's not the topic we're talking about today, but I did grab that Nikon ZR, which talking about
Mhm.
prices is
Yeah.
why I'm bringing that up. That's a $2,200 camera, which
Yeah.
is so interesting that I don't know how they're keeping that so cheap. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like when you look at everything else.
And then I know you've had a lot of problems with the file sizes of that.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I guess I'll briefly talk about that for a moment. Yeah, the Nikon, and probably seen it already. If not, the Nikon ZR I bought as a B cam to my Komodo X. But if you've seen at all about the Nikon, it's the Red Raw NE, which I think stands for Nikon Edition. It is 12-bit, it's not 16-bit like the Red Komodo,
Mhm.
but the data rate's insane. It's like shooting HQ on Red. It's stupid insane. Like we've done a couple of shoots with the ZRs, and I'm trying to remember, I can't remember the exact time. It was only a few hours, a couple of just talking head interviews. We had two ZRs on set shooting,
Oh boy.
and
Oh.
we,
Oof.
I think we only filmed for like, it was less than 3 hours, and it wasn't even continuous. I mean, these
Okay.
interviews
So you're
probably, maybe did like 5 interviews, and they're about 15 minutes apiece, maybe
mhm.
ish. I can't remember exactly. But anyways, we ended it, and we had almost 3 terabytes of footage,
Ooh,
and that wasn't even the
that's
whole
crazy.
project. I was like, this
That's
is,
too
I knew it'd be a
much.
lot. But I was like, geez. So like just managing that. So the workaround
Eh,
I've been doing for most things
well, it's
is, and
crazy.
this,
Oh, go ahead.
go ahead.
It's crazy how like, you've mentioned to me before about how like, it's you're reaching for your red over because of the file sizes over the Nikons. That's so
Yeah,
crazy to me.
exactly. It's, I just grabbed the rig. I'm like, oh, I don't want to deal with the files. I'm grabbing my red Komodo.
Yeah.
And the Komodo's amazing because you have, I forget they call it. They call it like extra low quality, ELQ. And then
Hmm.
you got LQ, which is low quality, which is where I shoot most of my stuff. And most people do like shoot LQ. And then you got medium quality, which most people use for like bigger commercials or short films. Then you got HQ, which is like overkill. It's if you need extreme data for a lot of moving parts and CG possibly doing like
I gotcha.
it's
Yeah.
really special case I think is where you shoot HQ, but MQ is amazing to high quality, which the ZR is more in line between I think it is like MQ or almost HQ, which is I mean, data rate equivalent, and that's just
Hmm.
stupid. I mean, the colors, the image is beautiful out of it, but they just needed. I don't know. I heard they were putting the red gamma
Mm.
curve, the red color science, into the
Yeah.
H.265 format of it, which the H.265 on that camera is not great. But
Hmm.
I've been taking the red raw, shooting red raw, bringing it into DaVinci, I'm not coloring it. I'm keeping it log. I'm like maybe fixing some white balance if I need to, taking a visual roll. Then I'm exporting a 10-bit, just high quality. I usually put around 250,000 megabits a second
Hmm.
and export those clips. It's a whole nother step. It takes a lot of time, but it saves a lot of space doing it that way.
Oh, that makes sense. I mean, I'm not gonna mention what you guys just did because that'll be for probably a later episode. But dit you shoot
Has to do with that.
HQ on the red here recently?
No.
No.
You talking about our Iceland trip
Yeah.
when I
Yeah.
took it out there? Yeah. So no, I shot a lot. We had an Iceland trip and I shot a lot of my Komodo out there. No, I didn't even use like HQ out there for that. I
Oh, you
used MQ.
didn't. Okay. You
No.
did. Okay. Yeah.
I may have shot a couple of shots in HQ just to, but no, I shot
Yeah.
all MQ because it's
Gotcha.
freaking
So
plenty.
that's all
Yeah,
you
and
need.
and that was huge. But I took the ZR with me and we shot like one moment, I shot a couple things of, just me and my
Mhm.
wife and shot some footage of us. And I don't know, it was less than an hour with us. And I came back and like offloaded 400 gigs. And I was like, gosh, this camera's not,
Man, and yeah, that's insane, man.
yeah.
I don't
So
get it.
back to the Sony FX5,
Mhm.
the Sony RAW, I think is like 600 megabits, 600 something megabytes a second or something. Where the ZR, I can't remember the exact numbers. It's like 1300 or 1500 ish, somewhere in there, megabits a second in Red RAW.
Okay.
So the Sony RAW is, I mean, this might make a difference to some, is 16-bit, where the Red RAW and the Nikon ZR is 12-bit. So you got more bit depth, color fidelity in the FX5 at almost a third the data rate, and
Yeah,
it's RAW.
wow. Hmm.
Yeah. So like, yeah, obviously it's
That
really
would
appealing to
be
me.
right. That'd be interesting to do a side by side comparison. Because I mean,
I would
really,
love to.
your Red and the FX5 are pretty much like price point wise. They were. I mean, I know the
Oh shoot.
Komodo is just a little bit more, but
I
yeah.
never even considered that. Yeah. Yeah, because the KX right now is 7,000, I think.
Is it? Oh, okay. It's seven.
I
I
think it's
got you.
7,000. I mean, it was more when it first came out, but I think
Mm.
it's. I'll have to check again, but yeah, I think it's like closer to 7,000. But yeah, it's close enough to like you're paying more for. Yeah, it's crazy. I never thought of that. That's
Yeah, I think
why
I would
would
probably still pick Red probably
you
over the
would?
FX5 probably. Yeah, just from the things that you've told me about it, where it's just like if you're overexposed, underexposed, or anything like that, you can just bring it back. Like when
It's
like no,
amazing. The
like
dynamic range is
gosh,
amazing on that camera. Like I didn't know what good dynamic range was till I shot on that. Like,
yeah,
and some pro DPs will tell you dynamic range doesn't matter if you control the scene, which I agree
right,
with. But
yeah,
most of the time,
but
a lot.
sometimes
I
you
think most
can't.
people aren't.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
a lot of people don't.
yeah,
But it's. I remember handing it to Caitlin to shoot on it, and I just showed her the traffic lights. I was like, as long as none of
mhm,
those are like lighting up or touching, we're good. Don't even worry about it. And
yeah,
she thought
yep,
that like sounded like too easy. It's you can't really ruin the image.
yeah,
It's I mean you can, but it's hard to
right,
do.
yeah, and that's the only camera that does that, if I'm not mistaken,
The
right?
traffic lights
Well, yeah,
or
or just the
that much it is
that
definitely up.
much
I
damage.
don't I think
Yeah,
it's 17 stops of dynamic range I think up
is
there,
it
which
okay?
is I think it might be 16. They always say it's like lower. I've not done any tests myself,
Right.
but I just know I see it compared to my FX6s. It's just
Oh my
significantly more
gosh.
dynamic range there.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's the traffic lights though. It is the only camera right now with traffic lights, and I don't know why that the
Yeah,
Nikon
why?
doesn't have that in there.
That's what, man.
It's such a great
I wish every
tool
camera
for
system did
exposure.
that.
Oh, it's wonderful just how quick you can glance at it and know if you're leaning under or over or close to either. They're great. And if anyone, like,
Yeah.
once you use them, it makes everything else feel kind of annoying.
Yeah. Man, yeah, that's super nice. But honestly, I feel like those are the biggest things with the FX5. I mean, I know I put some other stuff on here, but really it's just,
Yeah.
I don't I don't really see like if someone just got an FX3 not too long ago, I mean, I can't really see a reason why you're like, "Oh, wait, crap, I gotta upgrade to FX5." Like,
No. And I think if people are looking to buy an FX3 and then you've seen this, I don't think you necessarily need this. It doesn't make the
yeah.
FX3 any worse. Like
Mm-mm,
FX3 is a
not at
great
all.
camera.
Yep.
And there's obviously the creator was shot on an FX3,
Right.
it's
Yep.
and yeah, of course they had a lot of other things around the camera. I think a lot of
True.
people use that as like a selling factor, like, oh, buy the
Yeah.
FX3, it's shot. Yeah. But and they
I
shot
mean,
external ProRes RAW too.
mhm. I mean, we have what? So now we have the FX2, we have the FX3, FX5, FX6. What's going to be the FX4?
It's for I
I
I
just like
never thought there was yeah. Yeah, it is actually I don't know. I didn't even think that maybe they'll use the four. They're saving it. I never thought there four. Yeah, there's a gap there. I don't
right,
know.
yeah. Now, if someone had the FX2, I feel like I would still say maybe just the FX3 to be honest. Unless you really need open gate or what, it shoots
Yeah,
5K at 120? If you really
which
need
is
that? Like,
yeah. I don't think. I mean, the extra 5K is actually a sweet spot or for
mm,
space and all too. So you get the extra res
yeah.
um to stabilize or whatever, punching a little bit or reframe. Like there's some pros to that, but 6K is a little more, but 5K is
Mhm.
I think it's a good sweet spot on that. Yeah, the
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
FX3. Um, I want to see some low light comparisons between
Mhm.
the FX3 and FX5. Speaking of the FX5, though, their promo they did I thought was kind of cool. How they did the reveal with a little short film and like they were showing. each part of
Yes,
the
that
short film
was
showed an
pretty
aspect of the
cool.
camera.
Yeah.
There's a part I watched. I think it was Spencer Sakurai. You ever see him on
I don't think so.
here
I
on
don't
YouTube? He's
mm-mm.
a DP on YouTube. Great content. We follow him forever. He's awesome. But he did a video commenting, and I didn't notice this until he pointed it out. And I went and watched it. They're talking about like autofocus tracking and sticking to the subject, and then there's a shot where the camera, I can't remember if it's a person or wall, the camera pans by something while it's tracking the
Mhm.
person, something goes between them and the frame, and the focus missed like pulls away from the person to the wall for a little bit or the whatever the other object was, and then comes back.
Uh-huh.
And he pointed out like it lost this, you're talking about all this AI autofocus tracking, and then it literally loses the person for a little bit in the actual promo,
Oh my
and they left it
goodness.
in there. So I just thought that was kind of funny. But
That's yeah, that's hilarious.
yeah, no, the FX5 is it's a cool
Yeah.
camera too, and I
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah.
It's it it made me more excited now to see what
Mhm.
the FX7 is or whatever they're gonna do for the FX6 Mark II,
Right. Yeah.
which I have no idea what that is
Yeah.
because we were just talking. The price went up
Yeah.
on the FX6, so it's $7,000 camera right now positioned. This is about what 5,000? What's the? Do we have the price here?
Yeah,
It's like
5 I don't think I have a price, but yeah, I mean it's yeah, around 5,000, maybe a little
it
over,
was like
but
51 or 5,200. Let me double check. Make sure
I
we got that.
don't like so you said FX7, like that really makes me wonder
Oh,
because you got
FX5, sorry, is 4898.
oh, okay. So just a
Okay, so it's
okay.
5,500 if you get the XLR top handle, which is the only way to get the 32-bit in that
Yep,
camera, which is
that's right.
kind of a cool, but kind of a, sorry. Just wanted to make sure we got that
No,
out.
yeah, absolutely, yeah. Um, because we have what, the FX6 and then we have the FX9. It's like what I just don't know. Like what falls in between those two that you're like, "Oh man, that's, that's
I
worth it."
think, yeah, I don't know. I think the FX9 was discontinued. I, I
Was
think
it?
so.
Okay. That
I
wouldn't
think Sony
surprise
discontinued it.
me.
So I don't,
Yeah,
I
because
could be wrong. I swear I heard that.
I never really heard anything about the FX9, I feel like people are like, "Oh yeah, I'm shooting on that FX9."
I actually, I met some people in reality TV who prefer it, and I think it is a different sensor. And it's got some broadcast features that were some
Mm.
people, not everyone needed it. Because I remember the FX9 came out first, because
Yeah.
I was going to buy one, and then the FX6 came out, and I thought this makes way more sense for me. But
Yeah, yeah.
a lot of people, so a lot of people were bad that just bought the FX9. A lot of people sold it.
And the
It's a
FX9
way
was
bigger camera.
bigger. I was gonna say, I thought so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a bigger, and to get RAW on it, you have to buy this like little back modular that attached to it's huge. It makes it
Oh
bigger.
gosh, so that's
For an
even oh,
FX6, you just
dude,
needed
what the heck?
the Atomos Ninja. So, and now
It's like
Blackmagic uses
it's like in the way back in the day when they used those like the news stations use those big cameras where you had to like put them up on
they
your
still do.
shoulder and like they
Oh yeah,
still do.
they still use those. I
Oh
don't know,
gosh.
but it's I don't. So now like seeing the FX5 kind of gives a
Mhm.
little more clearer picture of what the new FX6 could be.
Uh-huh.
It It's like, what if it is? It's what if it's literally that camera? Because a lot of people say it's like the FX6 is pretty much the FX3 in a different body.
In a different body.
So
Okay.
what if it is just an FX5, same sensor and everything,
But in a bigger
in a
body.
body that has the top handle, the side grip, all the physical buttons. Maybe you got the
And
internal
turn on
NDs.
Ds. Yeah.
I think for it to be an F, I feel like to be an FX6 successor replacement, it has to
Yeah.
have the
It
internal
has it
NDs.
has to. Yeah. If not,
The
then it's a big
I
miss.
I cannot even imagine them doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, like literally, if they put if they just take the FX6 and put the FX5 sensor in there with the raw capabilities and open gate,
Hmm.
that might be enough for people to actually spend more. But it would have to be because they're still selling FX6s. It'd have to be like
Yeah.
between $8,000 and $10,000.
Phew. Yeah, that's a jump. Little bit.
And let's say it's gosh, if it's 8,000, that seems weird too because it's a
I mean,
thousand
that's more than
more.
the red. And you're like, is man, it
Yeah. I mean, I still could see it competing with the red just because of the
yeah,
autofocus and NDs. Like, there's a lot
for
of
sure.
reasons you would pick, but it makes it weird with the price of the FX6
Mhm.
because the price, if the price went down, it makes more room. But because if you're talking about a 8,000, let's say it's even, let's say it's 8,000 feels weird. Let's say 9,000 because like 8,000 is only 1,000 more than the
Yeah.
FX6.
Right now?
Maybe they did,
Yeah.
maybe,
Yeah.
yeah. But say it's a 9,000, let's keep it, let's just say 8,000. Like, then you look at that compared to the, because now then you got the new FX, let's call it FX7.
Mhm.
FX7 and the FX5 is now the new FX6 and FX3.
Right. Yeah.
But then the FX3 was, I swear it was like 3,800 when it came out. And the FX6 was almost double that. Not almost, but it was like, $2,500 more. So if you look
Mhm.
at the FX5 and say it's like 2,500 more, it's only 500 more than the current FX6. So it would have to
Yeah.
be more than, it would have to
Yeah.
be more than that, which makes it'd be hard to spend $9,000 when you could buy an FX5 and probably kit
Absolutely.
it with, I mean, 5,000 with the top handle and
Mhm.
you don't get internal ND. Like, I don't know what it would be that would make you spend, because it has to be more than 7,000, right?
Mhm.
It'd have to
Yeah.
be, maybe they don't. I heard someone say this, and this might be true too, that there won't be another FX6 replacement. That
Yeah,
the
that would be
Burano kind of
interesting.
filled that, and
Right.
then you got the. I don't see them doing that because the FX6 is so popular, and to be
Right.
honest, it feels like it's gained more popularity this
I think
past
you're
year for some reason.
absolutely. Yeah, I see a lot of people on YouTube using them. Uh, I mean, Mark Bone always talks about the FX5 or FX6s, so it's like,
Yeah,
that's but I mean, it's a very, very good run and gun. I mean, I even told you I was like, oh man, I definitely want to be learn more about handling the FX6 because yeah, I mean, it's very good run and gun. It seems like
it's a it's a great all
all
arounder.
around.
Like
Yeah.
I can't think of anything it wouldn't be good at. Other than like you need, I mean, you can fly on a gimbal, but
Mm.
yeah, if you were
Hmm.
doing only gimbal stuff, it can kind of be weird. But you can fly it.
Yeah.
It's lightweight. It's not that big. But yeah, it's so good. Like I love this camera so much. I just don't know if it had the Sony RAW, it'd be amazing. But now it's the Burano. Pretty much is an 8K sensor with the Sony RAW. It's a stabilized sensor with internal ND, which is very unique. So I don't know unless they make like a baby Burano is what the FX7
Yeah.
will be. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
I
then
mean, that could be. Well,
but
the territory you're creeping into is, yeah.
it's a
Hmm.
weird place to be because then
Very much
is
so.
if you, it maybe it's a 6K sensor. I don't know.
It gets to the point to where you're like, okay, this camera actually doesn't know what it wants to be. It's like, okay, you're teetering on that edge where, you know,
It'd be weird. I don't know. Or maybe, yeah, I don't know. I don't think it needs a stabilized sensor to be honest.
Mhm.
I think the FX5 has that. Did the FX3 have a stabilized sensor? I don't remember.
let's see. I don't recall. I'm trying to remember because that's what we use for work are the FX3s, but we're never hand holding it either though.
Yeah, I don't know. Because the FX5 has, did you see that Sony's offering the option to have it removed permanently?
Wait, option for what?
To have stabilization removed. Some
Oh.
cinematographers don't like the stabilized sensor
Mm.
because they want it fixed because if they want to stabilize, they want full control of what that sensor's doing.
Yeah.
So Sony has an option with the FX5. You can send it in and they will they'll lock the sensor or
Interesting.
whatever. I'm not sure if they remove something or just
Hmm.
lock it, but it's irreversible, I guess. So once you choose to have that done,
Once
you
you do
can't
it
go back
once,
to
yeah.
it. So I mean, I
Interesting.
don't.
I
If
did
they
not hear
do an
about that.
FX,
Yeah.
yeah, if they do like an FX7, I don't know if it needs a stabilized sensor, and if it doesn't, it kind of makes it different
Yeah.
than the
I mean,
Burano still with a
true.
less feature. I don't know.
Yeah. Hmm. I mean, I feel like because we got the FX2 and FX5 in such a like so close together. I feel like I don't know if we'll hear another. in the FX series for a while, I feel like. I don't know.
I don't know.
Probably
It's
not. I mean, it's
I feel like I can't even guess, but I
yeah.
forgot about the FX2. Like the FX2
Mhm.
is something I forgot about.
Right. Yeah. And then
Like
you had
I
a old coworker that got the FX2, right?
yeah, I know someone
Yeah,
that
okay, that's fine.
bought it. So I mean, somebody bought it.
Yeah, right. And then that was I mean, after that came out, and I haven't heard much else about the FX2. It, like, just went away.
Yeah, I feel like it really did. Hmm.
So,
Ugh.
yeah, I
Well,
mean, yeah, any last thoughts about the FX5 and
no, other than I kind of want one, but I don't need one.
yeah.
Actually, let me know in the comments. Should I sell my Nikon ZR and or one of my FX6s for an FX5?
Yeah, I'd be curious to see, yeah,
This
what
is
people say
something to think
about
about.
that.
Yeah. I don't know.
Hmm. Cool. Well, our next topic, we'll go ahead and go into, we talked about packing, gear packing
Mhm.
for, because, I mean, you've been in production, like, most of your life, I feel like. And I feel like,
At this point, I'm at half my life. Yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Yeah.
And traveling with gear is not, it's not easy, not easy whatsoever.
No. And
Yeah.
you actually talking to you, I've never I don't have a lot of experience flying with gear.
Right, yeah.
Up until recently is the most I've done. But you fly
Oh,
almost
yeah,
weekly
all the
with
time,
gear.
yeah.
So
Dude, it's so it's interesting, like, so, like, for my job, we started out doing we do, like, a lot of testimonial stuff, and we were once doing a lot of narrative stuff as far as, like, we do the testimonial, but then we actually show it's for, like, nursing programs, right? So, we would be showing, like, oh, the students, like, outside of the degree that they're getting, and, going to different locations, and so, packing a lot of stuff, a lot of gear. And so then, things have changed as years went on. And now I feel like we're like to the point where we're like, you know, with being in, photography, videography, you always want to be like, I need this in my bag just in case I need it. But man, the longer you travel, the more you find out you're like, "I've had this in here and I've never used it." But in saying that, it's definitely nice to keep in the back of your head though too, having a workaround for that. So it's like, you know, but at the same time, you're like, okay, well, does that require other gear if you're not going to bring that one piece of gear? So, but yeah, we've got it down to almost a science to be like, okay, this is what we always need, and because, you're saving your back, you're saving your knees, you're you know, you're
yeah.
saving money on, not having, oversized luggage and, for gear and whatnot, but yeah, because we were shooting with, like, the Aperture 600, and we realized we're like, "Okay, we're" we were using that for, like, up to like, maybe 20% of, like, what
Mhm.
that light does, and I'm like we were like, "Okay, well, let's just start using the 200s that we have," and honestly, that works just as
Because
just as well.
you're flying every couple weeks, like
Yeah,
nonstop, moving the
yeah,
stuff. So like that can get old quick. So those 600, I mean, what kind of case do you guys take it in? Do you guys have like the
yeah.
Aperture as a hard case, or do you guys use like a Pelican or?
We use Pelican, and the it it we literally called it Bertha, so because it weighed, like, 100 pounds. So, I mean, we had the 600 get in there, we had 200s, some extension cords and stuff like that, and we're like, this is too much." And our, stand bag that we have for the light stands, stands for the photographers and stuff like that. I mean, that itself was, like, between 70 to 75 pounds, And we were like, okay, well, we don't need this. We don't need this. We got lighter stands because now we don't use the 600. So, but lighter stands. We're not carrying because the dome for the 600 was, obviously had to be by itself because it was so large. And so that was another thing. So, I mean, when I was traveling, I had my personal suitcase, I had the big stand bag, I had my camera backpack, and then I had the after 600 dome case, and then I normally had like a little satchel bag. And I'm like, this is too much, man. Like I look like a freaking mule like going through the
Yeah.
airport. It's just
When we're talking about like weekly productions, like not like a feature film you're going out once every
yes,
6 months to do or something like
exactly.
this. When you're doing that kind of stuff, yeah. I mean, I took a lot of crap to Iceland, and it's
Mhm.
nothing like that. I didn't take lights or
Right.
nothing like that.
Yeah.
But that was, I mean, the one thing I noticed was there were so many things I didn't use that
Yeah.
things you think it's just better just there's mental clarity that just not
Mhm.
having it and having less is more kind of thing.
No,
But
absolutely, and that's what, you know, the, like, photographers on my team where I mean, we had a, 24 to 105, we had a what was the other one? 28 to 70, I think it was, a 70 to 200, and then we just got was it 16 mil? Um, in not too long ago, and I'm like, this is too much. I mean, when I was doing photography, I would never use the 70 to 200. I always kept the 24 to 105 on there and it never came off. So I'm like,
it's a great lens to have.
no, it is
24 105 is
100%.
awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, it was great. So that was the only lens I was carrying cuz I mean, it got to the point to where, having to take your computer and all that other stuff, man, it's just like it was getting too much.
Yeah. And especially nowadays, and I travel a lot with a small production van.
Mhm.
It's not flying around, but I've been considering like I feel like I need a bigger van, but I'm like, well, do you get a bigger van or nowadays you could shrink your kit quite a
Yeah,
bit.
sure.
Like
Yeah.
talking about lighting, talking about the 600, like I get aperture, their build quality and all you get that. Like they're not, it's not a replacement, but like Amaran's got
Mhm.
those smaller halos.
Yeah,
They got
yeah,
the
absolutely.
Amaran Ray. Like I have a 600 and I have the Ray 660, and I grab the Ray 660 more than the 600
Mhm.
because it's just lighter, easier to set up. It's better to just take and move
Well,
around. The case is smaller.
yeah, and I feel like the the biggest problem with the 600 is that freaking, um, like, the whatever you call it, like, the brain of it, like, that you have to put it on,
Oh
attached to
yeah,
the light
the
stand.
yeah, the
Yeah.
like the power module, or I forget what
Yeah.
you call that, where the VLOX go to, or you
Mhm.
use the plug in the wall and you control. Yeah, and
Yeah,
with the
dude.
Ray, you don't get the VLOC option, of course, but
Right.
the power brick's all built in. Like there's
Yeah.
no,
Yep.
it's one nice cable, and I use the DJI power. I know you can't. I don't really think you fly with those, but the power stations. So
Oh,
I
that's
don't have
right.
a VLOC,
Yeah.
but I can just
Right.
plug it into that wherever, indoor, outdoor,
Oh,
and
yeah, I
it's
think you'd be
amazing.
completely fine. Yeah.
I have a couple of the Halo 200s,
Mhm.
which are really nice, like compared to the old Amaran 200s. They're
Yeah, I
just
do remember.
smaller. They're actual metal, not plastic. I mean, there's plastic parts on it. But I
Mhm.
held I worked with a guy. He had the Halo 60, the little ones,
Oh, yeah.
and I think they go up to 100, and they're like the thin. Have you seen them? The
Mhm.
smaller one, the smaller Halo one. Though I don't own any of those, but I really want those now. I want to sell
Aren't
or get
those,
rid of
like
my 60 watts.
yeah, are those the ones that are, like, the size of the? Because then how did you say it? Zion, June, or whatever? They came out with those first?
They came out. They were like the smaller. Yeah, they have the
Okay.
smaller. Like I don't. I usually have one in here. I have a small like I forget it's the Molus X100, and then we get the Molus 60 watts, which is like a little cube,
Mhm.
which is cool. Those are really tiny. They're awesome, but they
Mhm.
use their own mini Bowens mount, and you got to get like an adapter
That's
if you want to
right.
use actual Bowens. What's cool with the Halos it's pretty much the full Bowens mount, which
Mhm.
is cool, with the LED chip just basically right in the middle of that. That's about the whole size of the light. Like I don't,
Yeah,
they
that's
almost
so
can't get any
freaking cool.
smaller. Yeah,
Yeah.
and the Bowens mount part itself is metal. The
Mhm.
rest of the light's
Okay.
plastic, but that's that part that you want
Well,
metal
that's
is
nice.
that's taking all the the wear and tear. But when I
Mhm.
held those, I was like, those are so freaking cool. Like you could put six of those in a bag for the size of a 600.
Mhm.
I mean, you could yeah, for like you got six 100 halos.
Yeah, could you
Like
imagine?
that's
Gosh,
probably
that's
more useful to a lot of people. I mean, yeah, there is the of course there's a time and place for the 600 when you need the output,
yeah, yeah,
but
absolutely. Yeah. But yeah, I
I
feel like
think those
that's not, not very often. I mean, did you
no,
when you guys did the testimonials for um what's the company
was it
dogs?
you say dogs?
Yeah, 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 that one. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Which
Now,
one?
you guys use the 600, right? A lot for that or no?
We've done a lot with them, and we got an ongoing doc right now. So
Mhm.
um yeah, there was actually one we did. We used two 600s for a book
Okay.
club because
See
the
that?
600 actually wasn't enough.
Yeah. Yeah. See that
And then we
makes sense for
brought
that. Yeah.
yeah, it was a large windowed office space we were filming in, so it was like tons of daylight we were combating. So yeah,
Mhm.
and I wanted a book light, so
Oh yeah.
we needed all that output. And then now I think the last few we used a 1200, but of course we're all overkill scenarios for what we were actually filming in.
Mhm.
But yeah, I this the traveling with gear is just I don't you get so many smaller things nowadays
For
for
sure.
especially small team or solo stuff. I've seen a
Mhm.
video of somebody flying with a carry-on and he did it. I thought it was so cool. He did it was the actually I have one up here behind me. It's the Amarants, the old versions, the 60X and 60D.
Mhm. 60,
He had
yeah.
when those came out, he had just got those and he put like two in a carry-on. He had like magic arm clamps or something. And I don't even think he used a softbox. I think he just used the cans and took that with a carry on. I think he had like a Black Magic 6K or something. And he flew down somewhere and then just used it was so cool. He had these pocket lights and a carry on and shot all these interviews. And he had microphones and lavs, just in a carry on bag. He was able to do these like really nice talking head videos using two 60Ds or X's.
What did he
Yeah,
have for, like, stand you said he had stands with him of some
he
sort?
didn't take stands. No, he took
Really?
yeah, he did a couple interviews. I thought it was so cool. He just had a couple magic arms with clamps. And what he would do is find pieces of furniture to clamp it on. He instead of shooting them
Yeah.
at people, he bounced it off the wall or whatever. So like he did an interview in like a kitchen and he used the kitchen chair to clamp on top and like shot it into the wall or ceiling to bounce back on them. And then he used the background like accent light or something. But that's what he was doing was
Yikes.
just finding things to
Dude, that's
clamp onto.
crazy.
Yeah, and I thought it was so cool.
That's amazing.
Just to carry on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that gosh.
But
Man.
it makes you think though,
Eh,
like what's actually necessary. And then like
yeah.
even if the AMRAMs are built cheaper and they probably break more often, I mean you don't want them breaking on a shoot or on set, but
Yeah,
they're
right.
cheap enough to replace.
For
I mean,
for sure.
you could have two of those. Like
Oh, mhm.
honestly on this topic, just traveling and packing, I considered selling my aperture and just going with
I
the
do
smaller
remember you saying
AMRAMs.
that, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just the build quality obviously is not there, but
Mhm.
I think if I'm crewing up on a shoot, I'm renting things, or you can rent a grip truck. I mean, it's good to own it, but I could own the cheaper stuff for the smaller shoots where it's being, manhandled and thrown around. If it's me
Yeah.
taking care of it,
Yeah.
it's most likely gonna be fine. So I don't know. I considered playing with that because the price of
Mhm.
the 600, a 600D or a 600X, like when you think about how many Amaran Ray 660s you can buy for that, is crazy.
Right.
Or the Amaran, what's the Halos go up to? I think they go up to 300.
I think they do. Yeah, I think so.
It's
Well,
crazy.
I mean, another thing to keep in mind too is like when you're packing, especially if you're flying, like one thing to keep in mind is, the people that handle the stuff, where it's just like, once you check those Pelican cases, like you might, I mean, perfect example. This has happened to me twice already. And which it shouldn't have happened even once, but whatever. Um uh here recently, I got back from Atlanta, and I go over to the oversized luggage, and to go grab the stand bag. And I get there and I get it off of the conveyor belt, and I realize there's a wheel missing.
My
And
God,
I'm like, I mean, the stand bag is still like 65 pounds. So, I mean,
jeez.
it's a little bit lighter than what it used to be, but so I'm like, oh no. So you really have to like think to like, okay, well, and the thing is too, it's like if you're gonna travel, if you know you're gonna fly a lot, it's like it's worth it to buy the more expensive, cases, because it's like you don't want to have to be worrying about like, well, if I'm losing a wheel, and how am I gonna carry this? Like, dude,
I
it's a
literally thought
struggle.
about that. Yeah, I thought about. I was thinking the whole time when we traveled recently. I was like, if one of the wheels just break on this, that would suck. Not being able to roll
Yes,
this, like it would. It's like I was
absolutely.
really just, especially got all this stuff strapped in. It's like I'm really
Hmm.
dependent on these wheels to work for me.
Yeah,
But I used
absolutely.
to work at FedEx, and I loaded the airplanes, and
Mm.
it's not, it wasn't passenger planes, we loaded cargo planes, but oh my
Yeah, yeah.
gosh, the way we treated things there, like
See, that's what I
it
mean.
because we didn't care. It wasn't about it was
Yeah,
about making sure it went out on time. It did not matter how it got
exactly.
there.
Yep.
Like
And
there was literally no point to writing fragile on anything. Just so
right.
everybody knows.
Yeah,
The
they don't care. Yeah. And see, the thing is, it's like w- we my team and I, we always say this, where it's like they're like the when we were carrying Bertha and when the stand bag was as heavy as it used to be, I bet you those people that are loading the stuff get so mad at how heavy that stuff is. They're like, you know what? We're just chucking this thing. And
slamming.
they probably think they're like, I hope this breaks.
Oh my gosh, there was times where like I would go from like a baggage cart to a conveyor belt, and it would be a big case. I remember just like grabbing it, like I'm just body slamming it, just slamming onto the
Yes.
case. Because you're
Yeah.
just trying to move
Mm.
fast. And well, yeah, there's so many funny stories of stuff, and it was really insightful. Like when
Mhm.
people like get upset when they have a package delivered and the FedEx UPS guy or Amazon person like drops the package on the porch hard, and they're like you have that was nothing compared to probably what it went through to get there.
I was gonna say, yeah, that we yeah, that's
we
why.
broke. We used to get a not to go too far off topic, but we used to get like car windshields on the line that would come through, and they wouldn't be packaged really like at all, like a full
Mhm.
car windshield, with,
Oh
like a
my
label on it. And
gosh.
I can't tell you how many of those we shattered. Just throw them, and it
Oh,
wasn't.
that's great.
Most of the time, it wasn't on us really to figure that out. We just got to keep
Yeah.
moving. So if something broke, you heard
Yeah.
something shattered. There was like paperwork and stuff you had to do. But it doesn't happen. So that's where
Mhm.
things would show up. Like I just thinking about the windshields because like it would fly out that day, and what the person who purchased it or whoever like wouldn't know till that following day that it's been broke. Very annoying.
Right.
So sorry to
Oh,
all the windshields that I broke. There's a lot of things we broke there.
oh, that's
I couldn't even
great.
tell you. Anyways, yeah, I like I can't even imagine. It hurts me to think about camera gear. I always put my
Oh, yeah.
camera bodies and lenses on my carry on, and
Absolutely. Yeah.
if I
Mhm.
can't carry them on, I just don't take them. That's kind of like the rule that I had. And then
Yeah. That's the
I
same for us too, yeah.
would be comfortable checking like if it was rental lenses with insurance coverage that I had or something.
Mhm.
Maybe
Yeah,
it
and yeah.
stands like light stands and
Right.
stuff.
Yeah, and another thing to keep in mind though too, it's like, when flying, like when flying with gear, you want to make sure that, you're always being cognizant of like, okay, what airplane are you on? Like, because that's another factor
Mm,
of like making sure that, because if you're in a 737, it's cool. Like if you have like a camera backpack and, um, even if it's a big camera backpack, most of the time they'll fit in the overhead luggage, no problem. But if you're not in a 737, like me, like I've had to like, I'm like, okay, well, I had to take out my computer, and then I had to take out a few of other things to be able to just like shove it into the overhead luggage rack.
mhm.
And so that's something else to keep in mind, where it's like, if you're in a smaller plane, yeah, that's something you have to keep in
Yeah,
mind.
I noticed that too. I don't have a lot of flying experience, but we flew a couple times. We flew from well, it was we flew out of Chicago
Mhm.
to Iceland, and then we came back to Chicago, then out of Chicago to Indianapolis. So I flew a few times recently, but the plane I noticed the overhead and most of the planes out of what the four or three that we flew in, bag fit fine. And I
Yeah.
had it
Mhm.
was a think tank bag, a tripod, but then one I got in, it wouldn't like shut because the tripod like stuck a little bit more. So
Oh, yeah, of
I ended
course.
up having to take the tripod out and just laid it up in there. It was
Mhm.
fine then, but it was just
Yeah.
like they're not. It's annoying that there's not like a universal way to know exactly what you're
Exactly. Like,
gonna. Yeah,
I wish everything was like a 737 that we don't even have to worry about it.
yeah.
Like,
So what bags do you use like your carry on? What brand or?
um, I can't remember exactly the brand name because we have a couple different ones, but none of them are like standout brands. Like they're not,
Mm,
like the ones that you typically hear about. But
yeah, we used like an Amazon. We had an Amazon camera bag, like some cheap Amazon bag.
mhm,
It's like carry on backpack, and then Think Tank. I think it's I forget they called it. Think Tank makes specific carry on bags or
they
rollers that
do,
are
yeah,
really nice. And
yeah.
B&H will have them on sale. We got them on sale for one of B&H sales, which are
That's so nice, yeah,
yeah, I think it was like almost half off. Totally worth it.
yeah, man. And it's funny because I've used the same camera bag for well as long as I've been at this company, so a little over 3.5 years, and oh man, I'll have to get that the name of the the company, but yeah, those
Yeah,
bags are great.
yeah. We can link them down below too if anyone's
Mhm.
interested here. So yeah, if you could send me the link to that, I'll make
Yeah,
sure to put it in the
absolutely. Yeah.
description. That and then cases that you would recommend. Do you have any cases like checked cases that you would recommend? Pelican, like
Yeah, I think Pelican's the biggest one. The only other one and I don't even know. What's the other one that Harbor Freight sells?
um
I can't remember.
Apache.
Yeah,
Apache
yeah.
Apache
I don't
doesn't
know.
feel. I don't know. The Pelicans feels more durable. Like the Apaches feel
Yeah,
okay.
for sure.
Nanook's one, but I don't know. They never Pelicans feel way more durable to me.
Mhm.
They
Yeah,
just
it's
seem like a
almost worth
denser
spending.
plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, my Nanooks. I have a lot of Nanooks and Apache. I don't think I own any Pelican.
Oh, you
Yeah,
don't?
I think
Oh,
they're
for some
all.
reason
I
I
don't
thought
think
you
I own
did.
any Pelican. I have a lot of
Wow.
the Nanook one. Nanook. I don't know how you say that. Which those go on sale. I got a bunch of sale price on those. They're like the I like Nanook better than Harbor Freight, which I don't think Harbor
Mhm.
Freight is everywhere. I think some states don't have that. I
Yeah, I
think
think you're right. Yeah, I don't think there is. Yeah.
so, but Nanook's probably more common because B&H and Amazon has them.
Mhm.
Nanook. I don't know how you say it, but I love the case itself. I love them,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Mhm.
some of their locks feel like they might be a little um.
A little too not
What's the
too
word?
secure
Yeah, I
almost.
don't want to say dinky because they're not
Yeah.
dinky, but I feel like they a couple body slams onto a belt probably. I don't
Exactly.
know. I don't know how long they
That's true.
last,
Yeah. That's
but
very true. Yeah.
there's flex in the lid, like the fact that I can
Yeah.
open my big one up and I can if I were to
Mhm.
like grab it, I
Yeah.
can flex the lid. And I don't think the Pelicans that I've handled, I mean, they weren't mine, so I wasn't like flexing them, but they felt more
Mhm.
robust.
Yeah.
So Pelicans probably would be the way to go on that. Yeah, checked in. Do you use like for your light stands and tripods? Do you have is it like a specific case for that?
So it's funny you asked that because for some reason the one that we've been using and yeah, the name of the brand is escaping me too, but it's a cloth one, so it's not like a hard cased one. So I
Really?
think that's yeah, I don't recommend getting yeah, man, the link of it will be below too, but um
Okay.
the issue with that is on the ones that we had they have these well they have screws on the inside, so then they have these like caps on the outside that like protect it, so that way the screws not, no one's getting poked or whatnot. But like I said, with going through, being on, getting thrown around, those pop off. So then you have these exposed screws, these pointy edges that people might be like smashing their hand against. And so we had to like sand or file those down and like cut off the pointed ends. And we're now switching um I believe it's Pelican, to a stand case, hard case for
I think
our
his Pelican makes one, I think, because I remember looking at that a while back. for some of mine, but I'm so weirdly anal with my stuff where like I don't want like two stands next to each other getting scuffed up. And I know like it's just a
Yes.
stand, it's tools, but
Right.
I don't know. I'm weird that way with
Yeah.
like I try not to grind my rolling cases too to the ground very like I don't want to scuff them up, but
I
of
know.
course if
I'm
you're
the
gonna fly
same.
with them, that's not up to you. Like you just
True.
got they're
Yeah.
getting beat up. You're just they're gonna
For
look
sure.
worked.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe we
Absolutely.
like I don't travel a lot, but I remember we had it was just a luggage bag, not really a camera bag. We had like hiking bags we put in it. So when we
Mhm.
got to where our destination was, we loaded those up. They're bigger hiking bags that wouldn't fit the carry on. But so we checked those inside of a luggage bag. Well, I remember looking at the luggage bag, went through one flight, and it showed up. I was like, my gosh, looks like I've had this thing for five
Looks
years
like it's
already. Like
destroyed.
yeah,
Absolutely.
it's brand new.
Yeah.
But
Yep. Yeah, dude, it's crazy the the abuse that our luggage takes when
it's like how many times is it actually like how many times is it getting moved? I don't understand how it had
Right.
so many be just like I thought
Yeah.
we just went from where I dropped it off to a cart to the plane, but
Mhm.
it's like it went around the world a couple times
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So do you have any other
Yeah.
like tips on packing guidelines or carry on like camera bodies and lenses always on carry on like on your person
Yeah,
on your
and,
overhead?
I guess another big thing though too, but I'm sure a lot of people know, but if you're new and you're listening to this, um, you have to have all your batteries, like, on your person. You can't check
Mm,
those,
yeah.
so they all have to
Yeah, you
be
can't check them.
Mhm,
And I think I was, it probably it depends on the airline, I believe. I was trying to figure, 99 watt is okay.
mhm.
You can't have anything over that, but but you can have two 99 watts
Yes, yeah,
on
you
you.
can. It's so weird. It's so weird. I don't
But you can't, I don't know either. But, and they're not supposed to be touching, right? Or they say like, keep them, like, you're supposed
Yeah,
to have
they
like
don't
something separating them. They
Right.
shouldn't be like
Yeah,
touching
different
contact,
spots
which,
in the bag,
yeah.
yeah.
Which I flew, so I took my drone, the
Mhm.
Mavic 4 Pro, I had my Red, the ZR, we had an A7R5. And this was like, this was not for work. This was we just wanted to go out there and capture a bunch of stuff for
Mhm.
ourselves and actually take a vacation. But yeah, vacation as a content creator is
Exactly. You're
work.
like,
So
yeah,
I
exactly.
enjoyed it, but I was
Mhm.
like, took a bunch of stuff out there, but I thought it'd be way more troubling going through security and all. It wasn't. We got stopped once. They checked like
No.
my
Yeah.
bag, but I thought they'd be molesting all my cameras, all the way through,
I
pushing
mean,
all the buttons and all.
a couple years ago, they for sure did, like, when I first started this job, yeah, it was getting kicked every single time, and they were taking out swabbing the lenses on all this and that, but now, within the past probably year and a half, it hasn't gotten kicked back to where,
I wonder
that
if
they're
that's
going
just
through it.
because there's so many people flying with gear now that maybe it's like,
Well, I think the X-ray machines have gotten, like, a ton better, so,
oh,
uh
that makes sense.
Mhm.
Because I had my bag was packed. So, I mean, I was amazed at what we were able to get in one carry-on
Yeah.
bag. My drone, the Red, my phone monitor, the ZR, I had a 18 to 105, I had the 17 to 40. I had my ND pouch, my ND filters, the remote to I mean, it was a bunch of
Yeah, that
crap. I
was
had 299,
packed.
299 watt and a 50 watt, a 299 watt VLOX and 250 watt VLOX,
Mhm.
and all that in the bag. And then I had a bunch of like, cloths on top to keep things from like scuffing. And I remember when I opened the bag, he goes, the guy at the front of whatever the TSA line, he was like,
Oh,
"Oh,
yeah.
that's gonna be tricky." I was like, "Oh, great." And then we went through and the X-ray thing, and there's like, "You're good."
And then yeah,
Oh,
nice. Yeah,
it's like,
that's always a good
because he,
feeling when yeah,
yeah, it's
when
so
they're not
relieving.
taking
Like,
stuff
oh,
out.
okay, yeah, cool. But
Yeah.
I was expecting every time, and not once. Not, I mean, well, they stopped once to look at it, and they just asked what it
Mhm.
was, and that was it.
Yeah. Yeah, right,
But
yeah. It's
some of the security doesn't even make sense to me. I don't know. Like some of it's like,
yeah.
is this actually securing us? And then sometimes I'm like, the
Mhm.
things you are worried about, I don't even know what you're at. I didn't
It's in
understand some of that.
yeah.
International was interesting.
I was gonna say, I've never flown international with gear, so I'm sure that was definitely different.
Yeah, I
Maybe.
mean, I don't fly enough to know. So like, Caitlin did, she knew, but like to me, it was like, what's different about this so far. It was customs and like the passport check,
Mhm.
and that was a little different. But like I remember flying. It was when we came in to the country. They didn't even check anything when we went through customs. They just asked us if we brought any like food or like something or whatever. And that was
Yeah.
and I just said no. Like, okay. That was it. They just asked me. I could have had
That's it.
anything. I'm like,
Jeez.
okay. Okay. So I don't know.
Oh,
There's things that I didn't
gee.
under. It was, but overall, it was a lot easier than I thought. It was not much of
Mhm.
a problem. The only
Yeah,
thing I worry
yeah.
about is when the planes fill up and they have too many carry-on bags and they make you check a
See
carry-on.
that
Has
yeah,
that happened to
that's
you?
so think I'm trying to remember when I first started. I don't think it really no. I didn't have to check my actual camera bag, so I feel like I got lucky. But yeah, yeah, the further back you are in the zones for the airlines, yeah, it gets
Hmm.
so a little. You're like, oh crap, is this? And
Yeah.
if you're not on a 737, the the spots underneath the seats are so small. Like there's not if you have a big camera bag, like it's probably gonna be a no go. Like you might have to
Mm.
check it. So,
It's hard to
but
like. It seems like it's just hard to tell. Like it's better to be safe and just be ready to like the
right.
Amazon bag we had. We kept most of it empty for that reason. So if we had to check one of our camera bags, I could throw my red body in there and
Yeah.
maybe a lens or G Master, like a couple of G Masters. But like I was okay checking some of the rentals that were insured, but
Mhm.
and there's batteries in it too. So like I have to tell them like, hey, there's batteries in this. So if you want to check it,
You're right.
go ahead. Which I probably wouldn't.
Yeah.
So they probably have to go somewhere else. So there was
Right,
kind of like
yeah.
that we had was like, fine if you want to, but there's batteries in this, but which they
Yeah.
probably I think they would go to
Yeah.
somebody else then. But
Yeah,
that was
probably.
the only
Yeah,
thing I was
'cause
worried about. Caitlin
yeah.
actually she has so we got a United card, United airline uh
Mhm.
credit card, and it came with feature. She got it. She's the one that set it all up. We have a bunch of like um features like priority boarding and stuff, which was
Yeah.
really
Yep. Yeah,
nice.
which
So we were
absolutely.
always early on. So like, and I think we didn't have to worry much about. Oh my gosh, getting out of Iceland during the eclipse was we had we had to,
Oh,
it was
yeah.
still took us a while. But did you see any photos of that? Like people leaving the
Oh,
airport in
leaving? No,
Iceland?
I didn't see any photos of that,
It's
no.
crazy. I'll send
Oh,
you
I
some stuff. It's
bet.
crazy. We got out. I
Gee.
think Caitlin scheduled it perfect. Like we got out like the day after. I think a lot of
Mhm.
people hung out. It was so busy though, but we seen stuff at the airport there after where people like everyone came to see it and then everyone left
Mhm.
at the same time. I
Everybody felt really
read,
sad.
yeah, I had read that they had 20,000 people fly in that week.
Holy smokes.
I don't know if that number is true or accurate, but there was a ton of
My
people. Yeah.
gosh.
So yeah, flying with gear is tough.
It is, it very much is, yeah, because you don't know, if you're not, like especially if you're gonna do something new, oh, man, like, I feel like research, research, research as much as you can, because yeah, you don't wanna be
Yeah.
you don't wanna be caught and you're like, "Oh, crap, well, what am I gonna do?" type of
That's
thing.
the only thing I feel like I really worry about is having if they're playing under the space and you have to check your carry on. That would be the only thing I'd
Mhm.
worry about. Like,
Yeah.
gosh, it would suck. Some of those bags. But I think if you just have less, you're better off. If you have smaller
Yeah.
stuff, and just you're better off. But that's because I'm really good Pelican cases check your stuff in. But
It's
even
that's the
then,
thing though too, yeah, where it's like if you have to go with a bigger Pelican case or, a case of similar to that, yeah, just maybe, as much as you can pack that full of everything and then just have a smaller carry-on camera backpack is
mhm.
probably the easiest. I say that, but I still carry a fairly large camera backpack. But I mean, I've never had any issues, but um, yeah, I think it
Yeah.
would just be yeah, especially if you don't fly very often and you don't have priority or you're not further ahead. Yeah, it's probably for the best to.
Well, speaking of, we weighed our bags, the 50-pound limit or whatever on the
Mhm.
check bags, and we were 4 pounds over. I swear we ended up shuffling stuff around and made it 4 pounds over,
Yeah,
and we had
see
to pay
that
a
yeah.
$200. It was a $200 penalty for that.
Hmm. I wonder because so like for us, like we have media badges to where it's like okay. you get a flat rate. So I wonder if you guys could do that
Hmm,
because you have a production company,
probably.
so yeah.
Yeah,
I wonder how
probably.
you
We should
would go
probably look
about
into
that.
that then.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Because
that
yeah,
stuff,
it's a flat.
that stuff, I don't even think was camera stuff. That was just luggage. But
Oh, it was just luggage. Okay. Yeah.
yeah, but I mean, what they don't know.
Yeah.
There may
Exactly.
have
Yeah,
been a
they don't.
there may
Yeah.
have been
And it's all a flat
sound like a
rate.
cage or something. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I remember when we first flew, we made media passes, just bad. We literally didn't fill nothing out. We just made badges, and we asked if we could board early because we had camera gear, and they said yeah, and that worked twice for us. So
Are you no
we just
kidding?
literally made our company badges, printed them out, laminated them, and
And
went
they
up
say
when they were
yes.
boarding. Hmm.
When you did you ask for like get in like in priority boarding or
Yeah, when they started like calling groups or whatever, like we went up.
no
We weren't.
kidding?
I don't think we were in the back, but we just asked if we could go early just to make sure we get our stuff. And they said yeah.
That's
I
amazing.
heard that works. We showed them our badges. They didn't even cared at all. And
Yeah.
I've heard multiple people say that works. I don't know if that works now. This was years ago.
Okay.
There's probably a lot of people now that I don't know
Right. I
with
shoot, I
gear.
might try it next. I mean, I'm go to
Try it.
Seattle next. Yeah. So
What's the worst they can do is say no.
yeah.
Just say we just said like
Interesting.
we have a lot of expensive camera gear. You know, we is it possible we can get this on? Because we can get
Yeah.
on early to make sure our bags get up there.
Hmm. I'm gonna have to keep that in
And then
mind.
yeah,
Yeah.
we tried it. I think it was two different airports. We tried that, and they said yeah. So they did.
Nice.
They goes no problem at all.
I bet you
But
they would let you at the Indianapolis airport because
yeah,
I feel like the smaller the airport is, you could probably get away with stuff, kind of something like that.
yeah. Yeah, I think yeah, it was in Indianapolis. I'm trying to remember because we flew out of Chicago once. By the way, the Chicago to Indiana flight was like an hour and a
Mhm.
half, and the flight itself was like an hour and a half. But I think it's honestly, I feel like the past two times we went, I feel like it's faster to drive.
Yeah, well, I remember when you were telling me that, and I was like, "Wait a second." I was like, "I remember flying from Indiana to Chicago for work, and it was like 50 minutes." I mean, probably
Yeah,
depends
like
on like where,
airtime. Like
Yeah,
airtime is like 50 minutes, but
yeah.
going through security, you know, what do they call it?
Oh, the
Traffic
whole
or
thing.
taxi time, like the
Right.
whole thing, going through
Yeah.
all that. It was like, I think it's about the same as just driving. If you
Right.
just get like a one way, which
Yeah.
we found out there's a lot of the rentals in our area. We could get one ways from Indiana to Chicago rentals,
Oh.
but not the other way around.
Oh, from Chicago to
Because
Indiana.
yeah, because
Interesting.
we were going to end up driving instead of flying because there was like a delay, and we were like, we're just gonna drive.
Yeah.
And there was nowhere that would let us do a one way from Chicago to Indiana.
Hmm,
So I don't. That was kind of annoying.
that's really
But we could
weird.
get a rental because Caitlin did that a few times where she get a rental here and drive to Chicago and then fly out
Okay.
from there. But yeah,
Interesting.
yeah.
Hmm.
I don't really have a lot of tips because I was new to it, but I do want to say like
Mhm.
it's take less. I think get
Mhm.
more experience, get more comfortable with how that all works, and then you can kind of take more as you
Yeah,
gain
exactly.
experience.
Yeah. 100%.
That's what I would say.
Yeah.
But it was a lot easier than I thought. I think when you get
Mhm.
it down, it's kind of cool. I actually felt really good after we did that. I was like, whoa, now if I can kind of go
Yeah,
anywhere
you
with my
really do.
camera. Because I was like,
Absolutely, yeah.
yeah,
Especially internationally, like, I mean, at that point, you're like, "Oh, okay." I mean, I
yeah,
feel like, um, I feel like that's the way I am with airports where, I got asked recently, they're like, um, " you fly so much, like, you could probably navigate any airport in the world." I was like, "I probably can."
yeah. Oh, I definitely cannot. So I personally like don't like flying. Like the idea of flying, like it's cool that you can go somewhere like Iceland
Mhm.
from where Chicago was like 6 hours, 5 or 6 hours, which is just crazy. You
Yeah.
know, you can get there,
Yeah.
but I don't like I don't like roller coasters or nothing like that. So like if
Mhm.
I don't take off, I don't know if I
Oh, the
ever get
takeoff
used
and
to
the
that.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, I don't like it. But when I'm up, so if anyone out there is like worried about that, yeah, it's kind of if you don't like roller coasters like that, yeah,
Yeah.
it's not exactly the same because I can't stand roller coasters. But once you're up, it's okay.
Yeah. I'm pretty much
Land
the same way. I can't stand roller coasters really, but I mean, I
really?
love flying. Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
flying, yeah, doesn't but
I'm
Yeah, roller
hoping I get used
coasters,
to it.
yeah. Yeah, I think you will.
Landing's always rough though. I found that
Oh,
out. Landing's always like it is
absolutely,
rough and
yeah.
that's normal.
Yeah.
There's creaks and sounds that come from the plane, especially when they're landing. And I noticed like that worried me so much. I'm always like looking around like, is anyone else worried? But I'm like, no one seemed worried. So I was like, I
Yeah.
don't know if that means it's okay. But when I don't know the name of it, where they're braking, they're slowing the plane down, where those
Mhm.
flaps come up.
Oh, the flaps come up on the wings? Yeah.
Usually that sound
Yeah.
that, and then usually you hear like a, sometimes like, what is
Yeah.
happening?
Yep.
Those sounds are normal, I guess. They say, I don't know. But I'm sure people have heard this already, but statistically, you're safer in a plane than a car.
Oh, yeah,
And they
absolutely.
say statistically, you are more likely to get injured or die on the drive to the airport than you are actually flying. Oh,
Yeah, yeah, I mean, that's
okay, that
true,
makes me
yeah.
feel a little bit better. But I remember when I flew, I was sitting there like get ready for takeoff. I was like, James does this all the time. James flies all the time. He's flying. So I just kept telling myself
He's
like,
still alive, he's
yeah,
still alive.
yeah, James is alive. So
Oh, that's great.
yeah, so I kept telling myself, but yeah, that's I really don't have any tips on that. But other than
Mhm.
it was a lot. I think just go with less
Yeah,
as possible.
absolutely.
Make sure you fit it all in your bag. Oh, this is I don't know, it's like more of a travel tip though. Something we got was like the Tide. I think Tide makes them. Like sure, there's other brands. The sink washing to be able to wash your clothes in the sink too if you're traveling is
Oh,
so convenient. So if you're ever gonna be somewhere long,
yeah.
we took those and we had a little string we just clamped up to like dry our clothes. But you can wash your clothes. It's meant to like suds up in a sink and it rinses easier. Like just
Oh my
detergent. You can
gosh.
fly with it. Yeah. Oh, it's so cool. So like because we were in
That's
the
very
hotels and
handy.
Airbnbs and some of the places didn't wash. Didn't wash. Couldn't
Yeah,
wash, but it was nice to get ahead on some laundry if you were staying somewhere and you just wash some
gotcha.
clothes, hang them up, and then we went out shooting for the day and then came back. And we had like next day
Yeah, that's
clothes.
super nice. Because you guys didn't
So
stay well, especially if you're not staying in the same hotel the whole time too.
I don't know. We
Did you
were
guys
we were somewhere different like all the time. We were all over.
Yeah.
So like
Mhm.
that was kind of something we wanted to have was like some it was and not waste your time waiting at a laundry place to wash our clothes or whatever.
Exactly.
Because we were
Yeah.
there, it was a 10-day trip. So which because we did that, I could have taken way less clothes. So that was
Mhm.
another
Yeah.
pro tip. I guess what I'm saying is
Yeah.
like there was like a couple outfits I didn't even like backup, pajama wear or something like I had just to sleep in
Mhm.
or I don't know. It was just a hack to have their tiny little packets and you could fly with them. It's like, oh, I could get more out of my clothes. And
Yeah.
and
No,
you don't have to
100%.
find a laundromat or whatever. Just wash them in the sink and
Yeah.
then you put them up in the dry.
Dry
It was
them
cool.
overnight. That's really nice. Yeah, that's a great tip because I didn't
Yeah.
know that. Yeah.
I seen there's a guy on YouTube, Craig Adams, old school guy. I don't know if you remember him. He did like a wedding film
Mm.
school. He used to started that channel. He sold it. He does like travel films now. But I remember him talking about this years ago. I thought that's really cool. I'm gonna remember that. And then here, like what, 10 years
You're like, "I
later,
put it
I'm
into
like, I
use."
I remember that. Yep,
That's awesome.
it's really cool.
That's great.
I mean, that's good.
Awesome.
That's pretty good to have as you travel anywhere, not even like
Oh,
flying, just to have.
absolutely. Yeah,
It's be a little,
without a doubt. Yeah.
yeah.
Especially if you don't wanna be taking a big gaudy suitcase. You're like,
Oh my
"Huh,"
gosh, yeah.
you know?
That was the one. We had
Yeah.
a lot of, especially in Iceland, because we had to bring like when it was colder,
Oh,
we had
like
multiple
right.
layers. And yeah, we had boots.
Rain I was gonna say, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
a lot of that
Whew.
stuff.
Mm.
Tropical stuff
Well,
we
yeah,
had.
that's yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So is there another topic we're gonna hit on, or is that it for it?
Well, if you wanna we can touch on the YouTube changes a little bit.
Yeah, let's touch on it
Yeah,
because like
okay.
you
Yeah.
you apparently you looked more into this. I've heard about some changes,
Mhm.
and I should be up to date on this. I'm not yet. So
Yeah, so it's interesting. So YouTube just changed the what is it like the way the view counts to where you used to have I think it was 30 seconds that someone had to watch your video and then that was counted as a view.
mm,
And now even if you watch 1 second, even if you're watching it like in like the preview mode or whatever it's called on YouTube, it counts as
oh
a
yeah.
view. So
Oh,
um, I,
interesting.
yeah, it's gonna be inflating a lot of people's, like, views, I feel like, for a time. Um,
I wonder. I wonder if like that would look good, but I wonder if that'll run ad dollars lower or views
I
gonna be worth
so,
less.
yeah, I think it's I feel like it's gonna be short-term gains almost, because,
Mhm.
and I think the biggest problem is, like, if you have brand deal and, um, where it's like, okay, well, you have this many, you're getting all these views all the time, but how, you know and, sometimes I'm sure brands are like, "Oh, hey, we need to see the metrics. We need to see how long are
Mhm.
people watching your video for and whatnot." So even though you get that person that, hovers over the video and you get that view, if it's not if the
Is that even worth it? Yeah, or ads
that's what
or
yeah.
brands gonna be like, "Well, we don't know." Like, yeah, because then it's like it's where does just an impression versus a
Yes,
view
that's
now?
exactly it. Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
interesting. Like it's I think it's gonna make ad I don't know. I feel like just at first thought, ad dollars would be worth less now because
Mhm.
views will be higher,
Right.
maybe?
And
I
well,
don't know
not
why
only
YouTube would do that.
That's what well, okay, so the biggest thing they did this with YouTube Shorts because
Mhm.
because all the other platforms are doing the same thing where it's just like, "Oh, if you're just, swiping through, you're getting that count, even if it's for a second or so." And, but now, YouTube's doing it for their longer form videos, so, yeah, I don't know, and then you have to have 8,000 hours or is it 8,000 hours of watch time or something like that to get into their, what is it called?
You know
The program?
yeah, the
Creative
AdSense and
Yeah, yeah.
monetize, yeah.
So it literally doubled.
So
So
that doubled. Was it
mhm,
4,000? I was thinking it
4,000.
was 10. Okay. And all this, I know this goes into effect like February, right?
Mhm, I think so, yeah, that was
Yeah, I think
yeah.
it was
Yep.
February. So, okay. But yeah, I don't know. Like the monetization and on our production channel over there is it's growing. We're trying to take it
Mhm.
more serious too. And that's I mean, not that we're not taking it serious, just
Right.
dedicate more time to actually getting more stuff out there. But it was so close to getting monetized too, but it's that three it has to be those watch time within it's a rolling 365
Yeah.
days. So like that's been the catch up that I'm trying to keep up on that there. Not but I've heard like I can't remember what it was before. You had to have 1,000 subs and
Mhm.
watch time hours too to be able to monetize. And I remember people complaining about it at the beginning, but then people that had been into YouTube for a while were saying like it actually is not really worth anything until you hit that anyway. So
Yeah, and I wonder if, them doubling the watch hours, I wonder if it's like and, they're making it a little bit tougher to get into the creator program or yeah, I wonder if it's because, like, so many people are, like, on YouTube where it's like, "Okay, we're gonna make this a
mm,
little bit tougher so that way the people that are really serious are,
maybe there are more
maybe."
people on there. Yeah, maybe it is that.
You think so?
I
Yeah.
knew I knew they added shorts are a little more crazier now, right? Like to be able to monetize.
Yeah, let me see, I know I have it on here, so it says da, 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 da. What is it? For the YouTube program partner changes, you have to have 8,000 qualified watch hours in 365 days or 20 million qualified short views in 90 days. 20
Yeah,
million.
that's
That's a
kind of
lot.
crazy.
That is a
That's a
lot.
lot. That's a lot. It was
That's
a lot
so many.
already. I thought it was
I
a
was gonna
million.
say. Yeah, I think it was at somewhere
So
around that, yeah.
I don't know.
Um,
I don't know
yeah.
how to. That's honestly probably not even worth pursuing. Like if you were only
Yeah,
short form content, like
and I've heard that
that's all you do.
yeah, I've heard that YouTube doesn't even pay that much for shorts. I don't know if
Yeah.
that's 100% true,
I knew a
but
channel said that I was listening to somebody before we got on here because I was trying to catch up on some of this stuff. And they said like they're about to lose their something was going on with their shorts. And they were a big channel.
Mhm.
They're about to lose their monetization starting February. And he goes, "Yep, I'm going to lose out my $6.40 or something."
He's like, "Oh,
So it wasn't
darn."
much. And this is a channel.
Mhm.
I want to say they're over a million subs. Like it's a big channel,
Oh, yeah,
and
no
they're
kidding.
not making. Yeah, they just don't pursue
Yeah, see,
shorts. Like it's
that's
not their model. So it's, and I don't know how much. Yeah, that's 20 million. That's a lot. That's
that's
crazy.
so many. I mean, it'll be interesting. I mean, yeah, uh, YouTube did this because, it's funny because they were talking about like, "Oh, we're competing against all these other social media platforms," but Not really. I mean, no one
No idea.
does long form content like YouTube does. Not even close.
Mm-mm.
So I'm
No,
like,
I mean, I think the only thing is we were just talking about this earlier was Facebook, but it's
yeah,
not like
Facebook,
YouTube at
yeah.
all.
Right,
But
exactly.
I will
Yeah.
say Facebook does have some long form. You're more likely
They're
to
probably
stop
the
much long
second.
form on Facebook. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's weird to think that, but I never really thought that before. But yeah,
Mhm.
Facebook is probably closer to like a YouTube than
Yeah, they're probably the
Instagram.
only closer ones, yeah. Because I mean, it was interesting because I think, I don't know, I can't remember who had said it, but something about, like, Netflix getting their own, like, kinda like YouTube a little bit and, like but I think there's an incentive that YouTube did or something like that. I could be wrong, but where it's
Hmm.
like, well, they're like, "No, we want you guys to stay here." So there's some sort of incentive for that. For, like, especially bigger channels.
Yeah, Netflix started like doing. I don't know if you've seen this yet on there. Netflix has podcasts on now.
Okay,
Have you
that's
seen
right,
this?
yeah. I have seen that,
Like
yeah.
they're just YouTube podcasts on Netflix. I don't know if
Mhm.
they're like getting Netflix deals when these are. I mean, I don't watch any on that are on there specifically, but I don't know if any of them are like. I imagine they're on YouTube and they got a
Mhm.
Netflix deal where maybe now they're exclusively on Netflix. I don't know, but that is it's weird to see. I remember thinking it was so weird to see that. It's like this is a video podcast now, and
Mhm.
Netflix is um buying into now. And
Yeah.
there was one they started doing them too on Netflix. Well, no, not Netflix. Disney did one. Daredevil, right? Was it
Oh, yes, you
Daredevil
yeah,
had
like
they
the,
did their own little
yep, little
podcast at the end, and I
podcast.
thought
Yeah.
it was like that's like that kind of content now. It was
Mhm.
interesting to see that, but yeah,
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see, it's weird to see that YouTube kinda went the direction it's like they were I don't know if you would say scared, but, like, I feel like YouTube's always been the superior one, so it's like, I feel like the competition has never really been there, so it's like, I feel like they didn't have to do this, I feel like, but I don't know.
so I'm reading your notes here on
Mhm.
so now is so previously you just needed 1,000 subs
Yeah, 1,000. Mhm.
and or 4,000 watch hours. So
Mhm.
that is now 8,000 hours, right?
Yeah.
Or will be. And is it still 1,000 subs too?
That part I don't like, I didn't hear anything about the subs changing, so
Okay. I didn't
I'm
either,
wondering.
so I think that's still the same and it's just up
Yeah.
so the watch time's up, which sucks cuz like that's we've been on our production channel we were so close to getting monetized. I mean we were right there,
Yeah.
right
Oh
there.
gosh.
I think we were at like 3,800 something watch hours.
Really?
And it lapsed. Yeah, I just didn't have time to keep up with it and it
Yeah.
lapsed. So I don't know where it's at now. Actually, just look at it.
Yeah, because I think, there was something else to that. Well, I mean, the biggest thing, especially like, I mean, for sure, like, having the channel as long as you guys have, where it's like really what you care about is the engagement. Like, are people like, not only staying longer, but are they, commenting or, stuff like that, where it's like,
Yeah.
that's still, I feel like what creators are going to care about.
Yeah, I mean, you want your community to be involved and engaged. I mean, that's one, personally, that's the reward. That makes it fun. It
Yeah.
makes it fun to
Yeah.
keep going. And
Hmm.
that's something that I personally like trying to keep having fun with it and make sure I'm having fun with it, but
Hmm.
also that can backfire. We can do a whole episode talking about this. We probably should because actually I'd like to talk a
Yeah.
lot about like the just creating on that side, trying to keep it positive. But we are at 252,593 qualified watch hours, and I am seeing right now in the app, the Creator Studio app, the shorts views is at 10 million now. So maybe that went into play now.
Oh, okay. Hmm.
So yeah, but it is still 4,000 watch hours right now is what we need still.
It's still, yeah. Because
So
I think it's not taking effect immediately. I'm trying to see. Oh, it says February 1st of next year. Yeah.
yeah,
So that's where,
yeah,
yeah.
but the 10 million shorts is showing right now.
Interesting.
So maybe the shorts, I don't know, maybe that's I don't know. That's what the studio app is showing me. It says we only have 857 short views out of 10 million views.
Gosh,
Or maybe that
isn't
was the
that
same.
crazy?
Yeah, I don't know. Like shorts, I don't really care for.
I was gonna
I
say, yeah, like who it's just like that's I know it's like you can, have some program cut it together for you and just like do it that way, but it's like
Yeah,
it still is like that's 10 million.
that's insane. I don't
So
like I
crazy.
watch shorts, but like I don't really enjoy
Yeah.
making them.
Hmm.
I mean, we'll clip up stuff here for
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
but
for
I don't
sure.
really like people who just make short content stuff. I feel back and forth on it because like when I make some stuff on Instagram,
Hmm.
I like that I can sit down and make something from start to finish in a couple hours. That's satisfying. It feels like you
Yeah.
made something and I posted it. That's fun because like I
Hmm.
can go do like an unboxing video or talk about a product and it's like, oh, I got it. Like I did it that day and I uploaded that day.
Hmm.
It's annoying. Like right now, I'm dealing with I have like 4 YouTube videos all on current timeline projects, and I need to finish them. And some of them have been weeks, some have been months, and it's just that's annoying. And it's
Hmm.
satisfying to get them done. But
Yeah,
short
no, for
content,
sure.
it's nice to be able to
Yeah.
just get it up and go. But
Hmm.
yeah, I will not be pursuing any um, career or part-time income in shorts. That's not.
Yeah.
I feel like it's not a part-time
That's
income. It has to be a
yeah, exactly.
full-time gig to be able to hit that,
It's
or
for
not. I mean, I
sure.
guess you never know. Depends on where you're at. Something could just take off.
Hmm. Yeah,
But
true.
still,
Yeah.
10.
Yeah, 10
I
and
don't
then
know.
now bumping it up to 20 million next year, it's like forget about it.
Oh, that's right.
Just
Okay, 20
yeah.
million next year. So that's right.
Mhm,
Okay, I was saying I was seeing 10 million. I'm thinking that was the new one. No, no, no.
mhm.
Yeah, so that's still not here. So it's 10 million still as of right now.
It's still right now. Okay, yeah, probably till
Yeah,
yeah,
so
February.
so it will be 20 million. Okay, I was thinking it was
Mhm.
the 10 million. No, it'll be 20 million. Oh, I'm still getting comments on my
Well,
microphone video.
it's weird. So like there's a couple different things because let's see. Because YouTube partner programs, I want to make sure I'm getting this right. Yeah, it says YouTube says new applicants will need 1,000 subscribers, so that didn't change, plus either 8,000 qualified watch hours in 365 days or 20 million. Okay, yeah. And then I want to make sure, yeah, I'm just making sure. And then the other one says, yeah, because previously was the 10. Yeah. So I want to make
Okay.
sure I was getting the facts right. But yeah,
Jeez,
so
it's a
just
lot.
double everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I mean, it it's not that bad. The shorts are kind of insane, but
yeah, yeah, that on that side
I don't
is
know. For me, it's like from where I come from in content, I was like 10 million. I was like, well, that's already crazy. Going
Mhm.
crazy are still crazy to me. So it's like,
Right.
but it's still realistic and it's cool that there's a
Yeah.
platform we can at least do something on there. But the
Mhm.
AdSense money's not a whole lot either. Where back way back old YouTube, we used to have a skit channel and we used to get the Google checks they would mail, and it wasn't much, but
Yeah.
I remember then. I don't know. I don't remember like if there was more money back then. It was probably less opportunity, more money, if that makes sense back then.
I gotcha.
Now there's
Yeah,
probably more opportunity,
and less money.
tons of money,
Or
just less
well, yeah.
money because there's more people. I think there's
True.
um it's just spread out more, but it's easier to
Mhm.
make money. I don't know.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Yeah, so
It's just,
it's
and
a
everyone I talk to too, and I'm hoping that's something we can start exploring here on this channel is
Mhm.
talking to some other creators
Mhm.
about what this
Absolutely.
looks like for them, and just I mean from every aspect.
Mhm. Yeah. So, yeah, I think that about wraps up for that. That's just I feel like this is the biggest change that YouTube's gone through recently, like for in the past, you know.
It's been a minute. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
been a
for
minute
a
since they've
while.
updated this
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I remember
So,
last time. I don't remember the last changes were like it's all been good news. This,
yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's not bad news.
Right, yeah.
Interesting, but
Yeah, it'll be
it could make it
I'll be
harder. Now's
curious.
the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, now's the time.
Yeah.
Like I think if you're on
Yeah.
YouTube, try to squeeze as much you can in before that February 1st because it's
Mhm.
just gonna be a little bit harder.
Yeah.
Not impossible, just a little bit harder. But yeah. All
So,
right. Is there anything else we want to talk about on this one, or I think we
I
talked about
think that
enough for this.
yeah, I think that's we're back, this is definitely a little bit longer of an episode, but hey, this is our first episode back in a couple
Oh yeah.
years, so
We've been really excited to get back to doing this. So this will be a regular ongoing thing. So if you
Mhm.
guys enjoy conversations about just being a content creator or in the creative world, whether that's camera stuff or just the lifestyle of traveling with camera gear. Subscribe to see more because we will be back.
Mhm.
Hopefully, by the time you're watching this, there'll be another one next week.
Yeah. Yep.
We'll see. I'm not sure when this
Yeah,
will go
keep
up at
these
the
up,
time of
keep
recording.
these up regular, yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. So, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next one.
See ya.